San Juan Regional Medical Center is your community hospital, committed to making life better for the communities we are privileged to serve. In fact, better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care. What matters most to our patients matters most to us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so you can get the quality care you need right here at home. San Juan Regional Medical Center, celebrating life better here since 1910. KSJE is proud to support the Summer Terrace Concert Series, Saturdays at the Farmington Museum. The San Juan College Concert Band, Saturday, July 23rd. Grant and Randy, featuring country music, Saturday, July 30th. The Summer Terrace Concert Series at the Farmington Museum, 3041 East Main Street, Saturdays this summer from 6 to 7:30 p.m.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Megan Cullup, along here with Scott Michlin.
Well, good morning, Megan Cullup.
Hey.
It's interesting to have you here.
It's interesting to have... Here we are again.
Here we are again. It's another Friday.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Fridays are exciting.
Oh, because you get to work with me?
Yes.
Good answer. All right. Good for
I didn't
you.
even
Wow.
pause.
I just set that up for you, and you slapped it back down. Like we practiced.
Yeah.
Just like rehearsal. That's great. Anyway, good to have you here. Good to have everybody here to join us for our show. This week, of course, it's a That's Interesting week. That's when we open up the phone lines and ask you to call in and share what's interesting in your world.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of other possibilities as well. Here, we're going to put up the phone number right there. But the number is, because I always get accused of not giving the phone number enough.
Well, that makes sense.
And we have to give the phone number if we want people to call, right?
Yes.
505-566-3909, 505-566-3909.
Yes.
Just like that.
Call them.
So there you go. Give us
Call
a call.
in.
And this week we thought, because we had that theme 2 weeks ago, remember? We talked about first cars.
We did talk about first cars.
Right, yeah. And so we thought today we would talk about your favorite part of the Connie Mack World Series.
Yes.
Which is kind of on the screen.
Which is definitely on the screen.
In some capacity, but let me try to get it a little bit better of what I really wanted to show, which is the logo. There it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Of course, Connie Mack started last night with the opening ceremonies and the home run derby and the coach's Fungo Challenge.
Wait, what is the Fungo Challenge?
I'm glad you asked that, Megan Cullup. Because that is apparently a type of ball and bat. And so the coaches try to hit the ball with this fungo bat so it doesn't go quite as far maybe as a regular baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then to see who can hit it the farthest.
Okay.
At least that's my understanding.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
All right.
Please call if I am.
Yes.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Please call if we are ever wrong.
Yes. Well,
please call.
Well, that is job security.
We're going to be, we're going to be
calls.
jamming the phone lines.
That's right. But anyway, Connie Mack started last night. The first game, as a matter of fact, everybody is going to be later on this morning here on KSJE. We have 3 games on tap for today, and our pregame show begins a little after 9 a.m. here on KSJE. So as soon as we get off the air, we're going to kick us out and start doing baseball.
That's right.
So that's today. And then 1 o'clock, and then a evening game at 6:30 tonight is the plan. And you're going to be helping us with our coverage.
I am.
Thank you for that.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Your interesting part?
It is. Well, you get to run down on the field.
Right.
Ask the kids some questions, take some pictures, ask the fans some questions, update social media. Some people are at work or something and they can't listen to the whole thing, but they can quickly look at Twitter and get the
gist.
Update.
Yeah.
So
you'll be armed with your trusty iPad and you'll run down and shoot some video and get it posted for us.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's
Thank you for
super
doing
fun.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
I like
that's
it.
great. Very good. Part of our social media team.
That's right.
Here at KSJE.
Which sounds so cool. It sounds like I should be much cooler than I am.
You're
Social
pretty
media
cool.
team people.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I must say.
Well,
I'm just saying. But yeah, that we have a team.
We do have a team.
We do. So
it's a couple of us.
That. Yeah, well, it's a small team, but dedicated. We appreciate that team.
Yes.
For sure. Very true. So anyway, but what else is going on? As we're waiting for calls, so you guys can call in. What's your favorite part of Connie Mack? I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
and say, my favorite part's got to be the parade, because that was yesterday as well.
Well, and you do a great job announcing the floats.
Well, thank you.
Or, well, they're not all floats.
No, the entries.
The entries.
That's the overall term,
Yes.
I think. And my friend Jenny Lee was with me, so she did a great job, too.
Yes.
We appreciate, her volunteering to be there,
Yes.
But yeah. Pretty hot, though, yesterday.
Yeah, it was a scorcher.
You were in the truck, though. You were driving
I was in the truck.
An entry.
Yes.
So you probably had the AC blasting while you had the windows down. So you
I
could wave at
did.
your adoring fans.
I waved at the fans, and it was fun. I was stating it's hard. You don't want to hit anybody, and it gets a little nuts.
There's a lot of crowd. Well, there's a big crowd down there.
There's
Sure,
a big crowd.
Yeah.
People are just walking out in front. A little lack of awareness sometimes. So
Luckily, you're only going 5 miles an hour.
less. I think I was going 1 or 2 miles an hour.
Okay, so that's even better.
I was.
That's good. So you can stop.
I was stopping
Literally on a dime.
Literally
Or
on a
a
dime.
Snickers bar.
Snickers. I
Something.
think I ran over a few pieces of candy. I was thinking this morning about the street sweepers. Like, shout out to them.
Right. Cleaning
Yeah.
up all that.
Cleaning
That's
up
true.
after the parade.
That's right. That's very true.
It's really a town affair, Connie Mack. I feel like people really
Oh, definitely.
love it and step up. And
They do. They really do. And that's kind of cool. And that's kind of, I think, been why it's been here for 56 years. I think this is the 56th Connie Mack. Because the community gets behind it, and all the foster families and all the business support and all the things like that, it's, people just support it.
Yes.
Because it's such a big deal. But yeah, the parade is always a fun time. I always enjoy being included and enjoy, being able to see all the entries and all the kids and the bands and the marchers and people like you driving. And you were driving, we should say, your vehicle from your other job.
Yes, Basin Health Companies. And we were promoting the Basin Good Neighbor Foundation Neighbor Fest.
Of which you are the executive director. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, see? So there you go. Well, we have a call.
Ooh.
How about that?
How about that?
Should we go to the phones?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the phones. And good morning. You're on KSJE's That's Interesting with Scott and Megan.
Well, that's interesting. Hey, Scott, this is Roman. Hey, Megan, this is Roman. How are you guys doing this morning?
Hi, Roman. This
Hi,
is Scott and
Roman.
Megan.
I am calling from the road. I'm actually calling in from Albuquerque. I had to come down to an appointment today.
An out-of-town caller.
An out-of-town caller. I actually remembered, and I had my reminder set up, and I was like, I can't miss it.
Wait. I just want to make sure the other listeners know that you have actually set a reminder on your calendar about our show, so you don't miss a chance to call in. Is that what you're saying?
That's absolutely correct.
Look at
I
that.
love this.
See?
We need to get him a T-shirt.
Right? Anyway, what would you like to share? I don't want to take up all the time just saying how amazing that is.
I heard the beginning of your conversation about the favorite moments of Connie Mack.
Yes.
And I wanted to share my favorite moments, which are it's the nostalgia of playing baseball growing up my whole life, all through high school, and being with your friends and watching the kids have so much fun and watching the players play and watching the crowds come, and it's really just a reminiscing nostalgia for me. I love the feeling. I love to see them out there, and it's just such a cool environment to see all the kids and walking around town with all their hats on and their shirts and the uniforms. It's the whole thing. I really love the Connie Mack. It's a great experience.
Nice. Well, and as we said, the town really gets behind it, as you know, and just to see the teams around town and doing things when they're not playing baseball, even just going to the attractions and the restaurants and things like that. It's always cool to see them out as well.
It is. So that's all. Just happy going to be going to some games tomorrow, all weekend long. I'm going to be at as many games as possible and soaking up the sun and soaking up the baseball.
There you go. Wear your sunblock. All right.
All right, guys. I'll let you guys go.
Thank you, Roman.
Thank you,
Thanks
Roman.
for calling in. There you go. How about that? He sets an alarm so he doesn't forget to call us.
I know.
See, that's a fan.
He is.
Appreciate that.
Number one top
Yeah.
fan.
Right?
Roman.
How about that? So
Yeah.
there you go. So see, you guys could do that too, by the way, listeners and viewers. Just, if you forget, because I know it's every other week, because next week it'll be a Solutions from the Street program. And so, but 2 weeks from today, we'll be back on the air.
We'll be back on
asking
the
for you
air.
to call in.
Yes.
The crawl will be crawling at the bottom.
The crawl
right
will
there,
be crawling.
Right down there.
Let's see.
Yep.
Well, Roman touched on the fun, which I do love that. It is
Right.
fun.
Yeah.
And everybody needs a little fun, especially during these times.
Right.
And I also love the teamwork. So the grounds crew, for example. I mean,
yeah.
they are there early in the morning, they're there late at night, and like that field is pristine. I mean,
well, yeah.
people love playing on it because it's so, Ricketts specifically, because it's so pristine.
True.
And looks so
well,
professional.
And they've been working on it for weeks leading up to the games as well, right?
It's Natalie Sproul. Is she or is it Shauna Reeves?
Shauna Reeves is the director of the Parks and Rec and Cultural Affairs Department for the city, and I believe Natalie is maybe the assistant director.
Yes. I see her out there hustling.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Natalie and Shauna for that.
Definitely.
So it's cool.
It looks great. And I think, again, for a lot of these teams that are coming in, maybe who have not played in a stadium as large or as nicely kept as Ricketts, it's another great, sign that they're playing in the World Series and this is serious and, they got to step it up.
Yes.
Kind of a thing. I mean, the way they're treated, too, is another part of that whole idea of how the community kind of embraces Connie Mack, right? The police escort when they come into town,
That's true.
On Wednesdays.
There is a police escort.
And then they get to the Civic Center and they've got, cheering fans and people there to welcome them to Farmington, no matter what time they get into town, I think, too. And so that's kind of a cool thing.
That is a cool thing.
Which is always part of the Connie Mack experience.
Yes.
And then they get a parade the next day. Bam, you're in a parade, kids. Have fun with that.
I know.
So that's also another cool part of the Connie Mack experience. What's your favorite part of Connie Mack? You can give us a call, 505-566-3909, 505-566-3909. Our theme today is your favorite part of the Connie Mack World Series, which of course got underway last night. The first games start in pool play today, and that will go through the weekend, and then we'll get into the actual championship bracket, I believe, on Monday. But we've got a great team of folks who know much more about baseball than I ever will, who are going to be doing all the broadcasts.
Sports ball.
People always ask me, are you going to be doing it? I'm like, no, I'm not going to be doing anything.
I know. Because
I stay in my lane. That's what I do.
I know.
I do this. I don't do that. I do this.
It's really an act of humility.
Yeah.
Could you say I'm in control? Yes. Will you? No.
Right.
Because they are... I mean, all those guys that are, and unfortunately they're all men, and we gotta maybe get a lady at some point.
Okay,
but they're all
noted. They've got tons of experience.
Yes,
some of them are former coaches.
Yes,
right. So I mean, when they talk about the strategies and what's going on down there on the diamond, they know what they're talking about.
What's going on down there on the diamond?
Right.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
It's
a diamond.
It is.
That's a plus in your favor.
Right. On the field. On the court. No, I didn't say that.
On the court.
Right. But anyway.
Nope. Wrong ball sport.
Exactly. But that's why we have great announcers who've been doing this for, a long time. I don't know if they'll admit how long they've been doing Connie Mack play-by-play.
Admitting their age.
But they have got a lot of experience, and we're so glad to have them on the KSJE team to be able to bring all the coverage to everybody. And every game from Ricketts Park from now until the end of the series, you can hear it on KSJE for free, thanks to our great sponsors and underwriters and supporters. So we appreciate that support as well. So there you go. But so I think we're getting another call.
Yes.
How about that? Shall we go to the phones?
We shall go to the phones.
Okay, go to the phones one more time. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on KSJE. Thanks for calling in this morning.
Good morning. This is Amanda Williams.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'd like to say I love how all the different teams from all over the world come in.
Right.
I love to watch the baseball. And listen to it from you guys' radio.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, we got a lot of teams coming in. There's a lot of teams from Texas this year. I think we have 5 teams from the great state of Texas. But then we certainly have our other favorites like the Midland Redskins from Cincinnati are coming back, of course, the Florida Legends from the Miami area. Mm-hmm. And so there have been a lot of great teams. We used to have teams from Puerto Rico, and they haven't been back for a while. So maybe one of these years we'll get a Puerto Rican team back into the Connie Mack World Series.
That would be fun.
Yeah. It takes a long time for those guys to get here.
And my friend's keeping teams, 3 players from Colton Nighthawks this year.
Oh, are they? They're a foster family then?
Uh-huh.
Great. Very good. And Colton Nighthawks, I think that's the Memphis, Tennessee team.
No, they're from...
Oh, no, California. It's Colton, California. Uh-huh. You're right.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't do play-by-play.
This is why Scott does not do
Stay in my lane.
We need to get Amanda up there.
Exactly.
That's what we need.
There you go. But that's great. So you enjoy visiting with some of the players as well and the coaches when they're here from out of town?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Well, enjoy the games, Amanda, and thank you for calling in this morning.
Thank you.
You are welcome, and thanks for listening. Thank you very much. I cut her off too soon, too quick on the button.
She was telling us thanks, and you were like, click.
I know, and I apologize. That didn't mean to do that to Amanda, but I appreciate her calling in, though.
Yes.
So that's cool. But we have a lot of, there's a lot of teams from all over the place, as we were saying. So I know there's a Memphis team. The name escapes me. It might be the Sticks.
No, that's not. Is that a team?
Yes, it is. STIX.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because a lot of these teams are
we have
repeats.
the DBAT. We have Midland.
Right.
But yeah. So.
Well,
there's a
Midland.
couple new teams.
I have to say, I
Yes.
never root for them.
Why?
Because they
What's wrong with
win
you?
like all the time.
Oh, well, they have won in the past. That's
Yes,
true. They
they
haven't won in a while, though.
I thought they won last year.
That was Enid, and Enid's not back this year. Remember the Enid, Oklahoma team?
Oh.
And Enid's not back. They didn't make it through the
Whatever you have to do to make
the
it.
tournaments to get here, right? So yeah. So Midland, but certainly Midland has a great record here at Connie Mack.
Yes.
They have won in the past. Probably someone listening could tell us how many times they've won.
Probably.
I can't, but
I
somebody
cannot.
can. But yeah. But they're a great team, but there's a lot of. When I noticed all the teams from Texas, there's a lot of really organized baseball in every state. But Texas, I think, really seems to have it under control. They really promote that and have really good coaches and a really seemingly pretty professional-looking practice schedule and coaching schedule and all these things to get these young men, mostly, I think, into these teams to play in these tournaments, right, and maybe get to Connie Mack. So.
Well, and the Miami team is really fun.
The Legends.
I always
right?
go for the Legends because they're just a fun little crew.
I gotcha.
They're singing.
Okay, yeah.
All sorts of things in the dugout.
Right.
It's Miami.
Yeah.
So.
Party.
I guess. They bring the party.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I think it was, now I'm trying to remember which team it was. It might have been the Legends yesterday in the parade, and one of their players did like a backflip on Main Street.
Case in point.
I think it might have been
Of
Miami.
course they did.
I know.
And they have like the gold chains. They're like.
Yeah.
That
was great.
It's Miami.
It was great to see.
I go for them because they're just a joy to watch jump around and
right.
all their nonsense. So.
Yeah. So there you go. But hopefully folks will get out and see some of the games and enjoy them. And then just the feeling of being at the park,
yes.
is always fun. But again, if you can't be at the park, you can listen to the radio. Or listen to the radio in the park.
A lot of people do that. And that's like an old school thing where you have the radio on while you're watching the game. It's like it's a whole thing that baseball people do.
Yep. Well, and football people do that too, I think, too.
Yes.
So.
Well, and then baseball, you have the little cards where you fill out have you seen this? You're keeping the stat cards or whatever. It's really a thinking man's game. People like stats and percentages and things like that. So
the guys that do the games, they've got another little iPad in the booth, and they're keeping track with the iScore app, and they're figuring out all this, and they can do all that stuff pretty much on the fly.
They can.
It's amazing.
They're very impressive.
Yeah.
We are missing one of our play-by-play announcers this year.
Yes.
And that's sad to me.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I think that was his choice, though.
Of course it was.
Okay.
We would never kick Kevin out.
I don't want people to think that we've done something to the staff.
No.
That's right.
No.
So
but Kevin
we
is
understand,
is
but
amazing.
we do miss him. Yes.
Well, he was at the parade yesterday on his rollerblades.
Yes, he was rolling around.
Directing traffic.
Getting us information at the last minute. Yes. So I know he's still involved with Connie Mack. I think it's just you can't really quit it that easily.
I think once people get involved,
Yeah.
it becomes a thing. It's like people who have favorite vacation destinations.
Right.
People block out this week for it.
Definitely.
So.
Very true. Very true. But it's a great event. Again, great community event. If you have a favorite part of Connie Mack World Series, we invite you to give us a call this morning. That is the theme of That's Interesting today. 505-566-3909. 566-3909 is the number to call to share your favorite memory or event as part of the Connie Mack World Series, or just share anything else that's interesting that's been going on. There was something else that you mentioned this morning that you thought was interesting that we had to talk about today.
Yes, but first we have another caller, so let's take them.
Okay.
And then we'll get to my interesting fact.
Oh, okay. Let's see who's calling in. Hold on. Here we go. Ooh, I think this is another out-of-town caller. Let's see. Good morning. You're on KSJE. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, and you're right. It is another out-of-town caller, and this one actually has to accommodate for a time change, too. So do I get bonus points for,
Yes.
having 2 strikes there? Okay.
Sure. So it's 10:30 where you are.
It is 10:27, actually. No, it is 10:30. You're right. My clock is wrong. Anyway.
When you're in a time warp.
You're in a time warp.
Whoa. Okay, anyway. Yes.
It's a jump to the left. Connie Mack, I understand, is baseball, and Scott, as you well know, baseball is one of those sports things that generally in my world comes before a concert. So I can't say that I'm expert in what the Connie Mack tournament's all about, other than hearing you talk about it with such passion on your radio program. But, there are other folks who embrace baseball for a different way. And I got to tell you, I kind of got hooked on learning more about baseball when I read the Doris Kearns Goodwin book, Wait Till Next Year. She's an American historian who has written about presidents and all sorts of other cool topics. But one of her early books was about how her father got her hooked on baseball when she was a kid. When she was growing up in New York City area, suburban area in the 1950s, learning to love baseball and learning how to keep score and learning the strategy of the game was something that helped her connect with her dad. And reading about her passion for the sport and what that meant to her in learning the strategy and sort of learning the ways kind of behind just the idea of the sport was really kind of compelling reading. So I throw that out there for people who want to connect and engage with baseball in a way, but maybe isn't someone who would sit through a game. Pick up the book, and, that ties in with one of your other guests, too, keeping track of your reading this summer and letting that count for something meaningful. But here's a way to do both.
Very good. That's a great story, and I appreciate you sharing that. That's really interesting. And, of course, there's a lot of great books about a lot of great sports, of course, and a lot of great stories about how kids and parents can become closer together, maybe by just a parent sharing their passion with their child about whatever, sports or music or whatever.
This is one of the things that kind of turned her onto the idea of looking at something from a different perspective and thinking analytically, which she, as a historian who writes about history, that kind of fed a professional concept in her too, that, it's not just what you think it is, it's that whole step behind it. So, she was using that idea of looking at baseball as what else is going on here, and then she kind of fed into that whole strategy, which led to other things. So there you go. How to nerd out at a sporting event is basically the subtext of my call today.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. Thank you for calling in.
There you go. Anytime.
Okay.
Carry on.
Thank you. Thank you very much, out-of-town caller.
Yes.
And away she goes.
We are spreading.
Look at that. From Albuquerque to the East Coast.
I know.
Right?
That's what happens when you have streaming across the world.
That's true.
Anywhere where there's internet.
That's very true. My friend would probably say that she's not located on the East Coast, but in the northeast part of the country.
Oh, right. Well, she's not on the coast, right?
Not on the coast.
Like upstate New York or something.
Yeah, a little more inland.
Right.
From the coast. But still. Eastern time zone.
Yes.
Counts. Right? 2 hours away.
That Eastern time zone. I remember that.
Right.
Getting dark at like 4 p.m. in the winter.
Right. Exactly.
Whew.
I know. Very true. But there you go. So, what's your interesting story to share about Connie Mack? You can give us a call this morning. It is That's Interesting with Scott and Megan. And we are talking about Connie Mack. But, of course, if you have anything else that's going on that's interesting in your world, you can give us a call this morning and share that with us this morning. The phone number is 505-566-3909. 505-566-3909. Join the conversation talking about Connie Mack or anything else that you'd like to talk about this morning.
Yeah.
So you had something.
Well,
I still want to go back to that.
Yes. Well, this is...
And then you change the subject.
I don't even know what to do with this information.
I think putting it on the radio is a perfect thing to do with it.
Start there.
Okay.
So there is an crustacean called the green crab.
Okay.
And I had never
color green.
The color green.
Okay.
Green crab.
Okay.
And I had never heard of this.
It's actually
it's an actual crustacean.
Okay.
An animal thing.
Yeah.
It's an exoskeletal of the sea.
Ah.
And this
Green
is
crab.
a very invasive type of crab.
All right.
Off the coasts of New England.
East Coast.
Right.
There you go again.
Yes.
Okay.
There it is. And and a entrepreneur from New Hampshire who is a brewer type.
Okay.
I don't know what you call those guys, but anyway, makes alcohol.
Yeah. Okay.
He
a fermenter.
A fermenter.
How's that?
Yes, that's good. Decided to make a whiskey out of green crabs. So it is called a green crab whiskey.
Uh-huh. I don't always really equate seafood with alcohol.
So I hear it and I'm like, that's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
Right.
But apparently he puts a lot of other spices in it, and
thank
it
God for
tempers the crab taste, I guess, is
crabbiness.
The crabbiness.
Yeah.
But New Hampshire, I mean, part of me is like, so if I was in New Hampshire, would I try it? Yes.
Of course, you have to. I think you have to. Just like when you're here, you have to try green chili wine.
Right, exactly. You got to try
and
it.
then you're like, okay.
And then maybe it's not for you.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
Green crab whiskey.
Green crab whiskey. Yeah. I don't. And I've not heard of any other kind of seafood alcohol, but I'm sure maybe someone will call in.
Right.
With another story about making something into something new. I don't know, but okay. Green crabs, huh?
Yeah, green crabs. I heard in the other alcohol beat
I prefer my
news,
green crabs with a little melted butter, I think.
I don't know if they're that good to eat because they're so invasive. You would think if they were good to eat, they would like take them out.
We would be eating
cook them. Yeah.
Right.
So,
like, I'll stick to regular crabs.
Right.
I think blue crabs, another type, like from Chesapeake Bay.
And like snow crabs.
Yes.
They're great.
Right.
Little crab cake.
Yeah.
Love a good crab cake.
Good with that.
I never eat seafood here in New Mexico because it's landlocked and it seems weird to me.
Yeah, it can be a challenge to find good seafood.
Yeah.
I hear you. But, I think we do get some.
We have a Red Lobster.
We do have a Red Lobster. It's true. Exactly.
With their cheese biscuits.
Those are the best.
Those are the best.
Really good. We like that.
Yeah.
True. And I do find sushi, in the Southwest.
I had sushi at a Safeway. That was not bad.
Okay. See?
That was not bad.
Right. So there you go. Which is amazing to me because when I first moved here, we had nothing. You couldn't get sushi anywhere. And then we had one restaurant opened up, and I think there was maybe seating for like 9 people. It was a really tiny little restaurant, and it was great. But it was just hard to get the fresh fish in, and to make it good. But he stuck with it. And then of course now we've got multiple places and grocery stores to get sushi. So it's really kind of a cool thing that is really taken off, and however they're able to get it here is amazing to me.
Modern technology.
I guess so. That's very true. So
a lot of dry ice.
Probably that too. That's very true as well. So anyway, that is our story this week, right? We're sticking
Crab
with it.
whiskey.
Crab whiskey
is the story.
Maybe we should have some of that shipped down here and see if it's. I don't know.
Next
bet you could order
KSJE
it.
team party.
Right. Maybe.
Crab whiskey.
Oh Lord. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take that under advisement and get back to you on that.
Take that under advisement.
Yeah, I think so. But
right.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway. All right, everyone. We'll give you another chance to give us a call. Final moments here of the program before we have to make way for the 9 o'clock pregame show the Connie Mack World Series.
It's coming.
Today, the first game of the pool play starts in just a few moments.
Super exciting.
It's happening. But if you'd like to give us a call with a final thought before we go away for 2 weeks, you can call us up at 505-566-3909. The number 566-390.9. Get it? That's how you can remember the number. Or do what Roman does and put it in your calendar for every 2 weeks.
Right.
And never forget to call us.
I know.
That's awesome.
I'm telling. Get that man a T-shirt.
Right.
We need to get him one.
He needs a T-shirt. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a T-shirt.
Maybe
if
we should.
Megan's feeling generous. I don't know.
The T-shirt queen.
Where do you think all these T-shirts are coming from? But okay.
All the T-shirts in the back.
A stash somewhere.
You can have a Radio Free Saturday Morning T-shirt.
We do have some of those.
Yes.
Definitely. They're highly coveted, though. We have to keep them under lock and key.
We need to get them in the store.
Yeah. True. Note to self. Call the bookstore. Oh, look at that guy. There you go.
Look at that silhouette.
Yeah.
What a handsome silhouette that is.
There you are. I was trying to get to the logo for your show because you brought up your show. So what is on your show tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Connie Mack.
Oh, yeah.
So we won't have a show tomorrow because it's Connie Mack.
You're assuming we're going to preempt you?
Well, I think we are, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what other Scott said.
Oh. Well, then I would follow what he's paying attention.
We
really
never
carefully.
bring up Scott Duran.
We don't.
Who is...
We should.
amazing.
He does the heavy lifting around here.
He does the tech lifting.
Yeah.
And without him, I'd be lost.
Right.
Because anytime the computer freezes, I freak out.
Oh, I know.
I'm like,
and I think it senses that about you, and that's why it freezes.
All the time.
Because the computer is self-aware.
It's giving me the middle finger all the time.
And it knows. It just knows that all it has to do is just freeze a little bit, and it freaks you out.
Yeah.
And then you go into full meltdown.
I go into full meltdown.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Texting you guys.
Yes.
What the heck's up with this computer?
Because you're here by yourself, and you're trying to get your job done, and then you can't.
And then boom.
Yeah. I hear that. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
But
so yeah.
But anyway, okay. So no Megan tomorrow.
We have Connie Mack tomorrow,
Connie
and then
Mack
next week we have Radio Free Saturday Morning.
Next week.
And the theme is escaping me.
Oh, that's not the theme. You can't think of it.
The
theme is not escaping me.
Oh wait, no. Oh, desert.
Oh,
that's the theme.
Okay.
Because we're in the desert.
Yes, we are. How about that?
So that's the theme.
You didn't have to go very far to find music about that, I would think.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting desert music.
I would think so.
Midnight at the Oasis,
sure,
being one of them.
Horse with No Name.
Yep. That's another one.
Add that to the playlist.
Yes.
But there you go. Okay.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be fun. That's a week from tomorrow, everyone.
Right.
So, all right, very good. But for today, that's probably going to wrap up our show.
One last shout out.
What do you got?
Pirates of Penzance was incredible.
Yeah. We both saw it.
We both saw it.
We didn't see it together.
No.
So
that was a
bad
bummer.
coordination.
Bad coordination.
Right.
But
I would be elbowing you probably during the
you
thing.
Would be,
going,
what's going on with that guy?
What's happening with her?
What's happening with
right.
her?
Why do they like each other all of a sudden? Yeah. Anyway.
Actually, yeah. I mean, that was an interesting plot point.
Right.
But it's just a fun show, and also just shout out to local theater. And they do a great job. And Annie's coming in August. And just wanted to say, thanks for doing a good job, guys.
Yes. I think thanks to the city of Farmington for supporting the Four Corners Musical Theater Company. And, of course, Randy West, who is casting all these folks. And the actors, I think, are great. I mean, these lead roles, these singers that can belt it out of the park, basically. I mean, speaking of baseball
the lead
analogies.
Woman. Oh, my goodness.
And her voice, her singing voice. Right.
Whew.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
But then we have local actors, too, that are helping out. And so, it's a great mix, I think, of talent. Yeah. Which is nice to see.
Yeah.
So there you go. But, yeah, go see it. I think just 2 more weeks.
Yes.
So. It's getting down there, but there you go. Before we go, a reminder, here are our games today. Connie Mack World Series on KSJE coming up at 9 o'clock. The afternoon game at 1 and the evening game at 6:30. The pool play of the Connie Mack World Series. And, of course, you can hear it for free on KSJE Radio. And then we're going to have all these games recorded and available as what we call premium podcasts. So if you don't get a chance to hear it for free, you can go onto our website and pay $20 and get access to all of the World Series games this year.
Cool.
And listen to them over and over again.
So many options.
Yeah, so many options.
You will get your baseball in.
You will. We'll make it happen. So there you go. But anyway, everybody, that is all the time we have for this week, so we have to go.
Gotta go.
Make way for baseball.
Baseball's coming.
Like
15 minutes.
It really is. So until next week, though, we'll have another Solutions from the Street, everybody. So we hope you will join us then. And we will see you next Friday at 8 o'clock, of course, for Solutions from the Street. But until then, have a great Friday and a great weekend. Enjoy some baseball. And Megan and I will see you here next Friday on KSJE. Bye-bye, everyone. KSJE is supported by Music in the Mountains, a world-class classical music festival based in Durango, Colorado, offering orchestra, chamber, and world music concerts July 7th through July 31st. This year, the concerts come to you with free mobile stage performances in the region, plus other unique venues throughout the area. Find out more at musicinthemountains.com. Keep an eye on the Animas River as the Pirates of Penzance land in Farmington this July. Gilbert and Sullivan's Comic Opera opens July 7th in Lyons Wilderness Amphitheater with performances Thursday through Sunday through July 31st. The show features pirates, policemen, and absurd adventures. There's more Joltworthy entertainment coming in August when Annie takes the stage at the Farmington Civic Center. Find out more at visitfarmingtonnm.org and jolt your summer. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week.
Hello again, this is M&Chi from the Student Achievement Center bringing you coaching tips over the radio for week 7. This is all about study. Knowing how to read a textbook, taking notes in class, and using the library are all areas that will help you be more successful in the classroom. Setting up specific times in a day or during the week to study primes your brain by creating a routine, and over time, studying actually becomes easier as your brain is trained to learn in those moments. Research shows that having a designated spot for study that is well equipped with every tool you might need is best, as this too primes your brain for studying. Encouraging friends to study with you can make everything more fun and productive. Studying together in person can help you hold each other accountable too. Teaching a friend, family member, or even your pet the material is a great way to see how well you know it. When you explain it to someone else, you'll have a better grasp of which information you already have mastered and which information you will need to study.
The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College.